Hello, Westford. The school committee set the 2019 to 2020 calendar. It could be lights out at 10 p.m. for recreational spaces if voters agree. And we introduce you to the idea of green burials. I'm Chuck Steinhauser, a WestfordCAT volunteer, and WestfordCAT News is next. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to sign up for our email alerts delivering links to all of our latest Westford news articles right to your inbox. Just visit westfordcatnews.org and click on the red subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Do you have a local issue you feel passionate about? Our news director, Joyce Polino Crane, would like to work with you on the details and collaborate on telling your story. Email jcrane@westfordcat.org to get involved in civic journalism. The school committee on March 4th unanimously voted to set the 2019 to 20 calendar, making Tuesday, May 5th a full day off from school instead of an early release day. May 5th is the date of the annual townwide election, and the polls are located in the Blanchard, Stony Brook, Robinson, Miller, and the Abbott schools. Officials voiced concerns over the school's security. Here's Superintendent Bill Olson after a protracted discussion by the committee members.
All right, so we will move the full-day professional development day away from the Martin Luther King Jr. weekend
to March.
to March 3rd, and then take that no school day from March 3rd and just move it down to May 5th.
Great.
That's fantastic.
And we're still at the June 16th ending date.
Great.
Members Arthur Benoit, Megan Eckroth, and Mingguang Zhang were absent from the meeting. Watch the entire school committee meeting at westfordcat.org. And now for our town meeting preview. Casey Caviston, chairman of the Parks and Recreation Committee, filed a citizens petition to limit the use of artificial lights on recreational spaces from dusk till 10 p.m. On February 26, he appeared before selectmen to explain the reason for his petition, saying he hoped to establish a consistent policy throughout the town.
I've had some issues with use of fields and lights and hours, and found out that we didn't have a consistent policy for it. Discussion, did some research. The Recreation Commission made a recommendation that they thought would be appropriate for a town like Westford. Think that the people who live near the fields and residents of towns should decide if they live near a field or that has lights or could get lights in the future, that they know when they buy that their use and enjoyment is going to be stopped at certain hours, and it's not in question whether we add new fields or add lights to existing fields. So I just thought that should be put to, I think the town needs a bylaw that's consistent that says 10 o'clock, 10:30, 9:30, lights should be off at recreation facilities and they should be closed.
Why do we need a town meeting policy when we have, could this be a rec policy? Since we have a pretty heavy hammer for lights out.
What, I'm sorry, what was
Could this, I mean, why is it to be a town meeting policy? Isn't this really, could this be a recreational commission policy?
That's why it's, when I'm here, we tried to establish it, and Mark told us we didn't have the authority to establish it.
Okay.
Listen, Casey. It wasn't Mark saying that you don't have the authority. You don't own the rights to those ball fields, so it's not Mark saying it. The Recreation Commission.
That was another question. This is fine.
That's ridiculous. Mark, because, you know, I'm the king of Westford, Tom.
Watch the entire selectmen's meeting at westfordcat.org. Here's our feature of the week. A presentation on green burials took place at the J.V. Fletcher Library on February 28th. The informational session was sponsored by members of the Green Burials Advisory Subcommittee. The group has earmarked a plot of land in the Wright Cemetery on Groton Road as a potential location. A green burial does away with standard equipment such as cement liner for the grave, a traditional coffin, and embalming fluid. Instead, the body is put inside a biodegradable pine box or shroud made of natural fibers. Candace Curry, a specialist in natural burials, noted that Mount Auburn Cemetery offers green burials. The Cambridge-based cemetery is probably the closest to Westford. But for Renee Cook of Shirley, a cemetery in Leamington, Maine, 2.5 hours away, was the answer for her burial of her father, Don Cook, who died at age 91. Last summer, after being diagnosed with bladder cancer, Don Cook spent a lot of time sitting in his daughter's living room, looking out the windows at the surrounding woods. He told her the woods made him think of the symphony. When she was looking for a burial ground, Renee Cook searched for woods. In Maine, Cook stated, he is in the breeze blowing out to sea and back again, and in the frothy dance of the trees as they play their symphony. I like being there. If the subcommittee is successful, Westford would be one of about only 20 communities to offer a green burial option. This week, we take a closer look at Westford Academy's Astronomy Club in our After the Bell series, highlighting clubs and activities at the high school. Here's WA senior Morgan Frood with club leader Lily Kinney.
I'm here with student leader Lily Kinney. Lily, could you tell us a little about what a normal club day looks like?
So a normal club day in Astronomy Club is going to be very student-led. What we do is we usually do a presentation by a student on a topic that they're interested in, and then every other week what we do is we go out back into the baseball fields and we do an observation, and usually one of our students will bring a telescope so we can look at the stars and have just a good time hanging out. And then during our classroom days, what we do besides discussion and presentations is we will watch movies too, which is really fun.
Meet club advisor, Mr. Fiddler. Could you tell me, did you become advisor because this was a passion, or was it more to just help get the club started?
So I would definitely say, well, I took over after Phil Logston. He was the one who helped create it a couple years ago, but I actually studied astronomy. It was my major back in college, and I've loved it since I was, I don't know, about in 5th grade. So I'd say this is absolutely a passion of mine. It's cool to share that passion, especially with people like Lily Kinney and all the up-and-coming sophomores, because they're pretty much all sophomores. So it's good to say that it's definitely a passion of mine, and I love it.
To see more WA featured clubs, visit WestfordCAT's YouTube page and search for After the Bell. Baby Girl is a 2-year-old New Zealand rabbit mix available now for adoption at Lowell Humane Society. Here's WestfordCAT's production coordinator, Patty Stalker, with more.
If you're looking for an energetic and intelligent, social and engaging pet to bring into your home, you may want to consider adopting a rabbit. The Lowell Humane Society's marketing and fundraising manager, Crystal Arnott, compares rabbits to small dogs, as they're smart, curious, and need plenty of interaction to keep themselves busy. Baby Girl, a 2-year-old New Zealand rabbit mix, is one of those smart bunnies who's in need of a new home. Here's Crystal Arnott with more.
So this is Baby Girl, and Baby Girl is about 2 years old, and she's a New Zealand rabbit mix. She came into the shelter because she was in a home that had a lot of animals. It was a little too much for them to handle, so they surrendered some of them to the shelter and kept some so that it would be more manageable. Baby Girl is a big bunny. She won't get any bigger than this, but she is a good size because she's a large breed mix. She is very active, very social, and very, very friendly. But because she's so smart, she really needs an experienced adopter that can give her activities to do and keep her busy. When rabbits are not kept busy and they're so smart, they can cause a lot of trouble and wreak havoc around the house. So she definitely needs activities and toys and lots of enrichment opportunities to keep her busy and out of trouble. We really promote indoor rabbits as pets rather than outdoor rabbits because they are so smart and social. They really want to be part of the household like a cat or a dog and you know, be part of your daily activities. She has lived with rabbits and other pets in the past, so she would be fine in a home with other animals as long as they were socialized well, you know, to small animals and would be safe with her. And she's kind of a clown, if you noticed.
If you'd like to provide Baby Girl with her forever home, or would like more information on donating to or volunteering at the Lowell Humane Society, you can visit them Tuesday through Sunday at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell, or go to lowellhumanesociety.org. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
Let's see what weather.com is forecasting as we head into the weekend. Here's WestfordCAT board member Betsy Alvarez with suggestions for things to do in the area.
Thanks, Jack. The J.B. Fletcher Library will present a program called Breaking Science Vaccines on Thursday, March 14 at 7 p.m. Topics discussed include: do vaccines cause autism? Does the childhood vaccine schedule overwhelm a child's immune system? Should adults get vaccines, and can vaccines cause diseases they're meant to prevent? Researcher James Sampson will answer all your questions. Enjoy a fact-based discussion of the history, state of the field, and future developments in this area. This program is for ages 14 and up. It is free of charge, but registration is required at westfordlibrary.org or at Information Services at 978-399-2304. Are you tired of looking in your closet, not knowing what to wear? Why not attend a 5-week course at the Rodenbush Community Center, focused on how to dress? Topics covered will be closet cleanup, dressing the body you have, incorporating your personal style, and wearing the right colors. Week 5 will end with a shopping trip. Sessions begin on March 14 at 6 p.m. and every subsequent Thursday through April 11. The fee is $140 for Westford residents and $155 for non-residents. Visit rodenbush.org for registration information. Co-artistic director of the Parish Center for the Arts piano series, Bonnie Anderson, and Boston pianist Stella Owen team up for an afternoon of duets on Sunday, March 17 from 3 to 5 p.m. The performers will give an overview of piano duet playing in the United States with a piece by Mozart, as well as Brahms Symphony No. 3. Tickets are $20 for members. Seniors pay $15. Teens and college students will pay $8. Children aged 12 and under will be charged $5. Piano students will get free admission with an attending adult. For information, visit westford.org/PCA. I am Betsy Alvarez, a WestfordCAT board member. Back to you, Chuck.
That's it for this week, Westford. We leave you with images of wood carvings by the alebrije artists in Mexico who visited the Senior Center on March 5th. Have a great week, Westford.